figuring out the Asli Kahani behind Vijay Mallya's podcast. What's the real game? Was this just a podcast or a full on image makeover plan? Disclaimer. In light of increasing misuse of copyright strikes and takedowns, we will not be using any clips or audio from the original podcast or any third party content. However, for your convenience, if needed, we will mention exact timestamps and references throughout the video so you can cross check and verify everything yourself. Team Asli Kahani does not support or oppose any person or narrative featured in this story. Our only intention is to spark awareness and encourage critical thinking by exploring the multiple angles and possibilities that may be at play here. A man who once flew out of India in the middle of massive loan defaults, a man whose name was once cheered in the IPL stadium, suddenly shows up in a podcast. Calm, smiling, telling his side of the story. And then YouTube shows a message on that video, crisis warning. Usually this message appears on a serious mental health or societal content, but this time it's for an image building podcast. So now the real question is, why did YouTube show this message on Vijay Mallya's podcast? What was that crisis warning all about? There are thousands of videos on YouTube about mental health, depression, trauma, but you don't see this crisis warning on all of them. Then why did it pop up here when a rich businessman just sharing his story? Was it just a system thing or it was a part of bigger strategy? Because when you add that emotional tag on a video, people start to feel sorry instead of thinking clearly. You stop seeing the person as a scam accused, you start seeing him as a broken man. In the interview, Vijay Mallya says, think like I am not a criminal. I've been misunderstood. But most important line, the Indian public get influenced very easily. Now let's think. If he believes we are so easily influenced, isn't this podcast itself an attempt to influence us? No legal details, no tough question, just an emotional chat where a billionaire gets to look like a victim. After this podcast, it feels like we have to return thousands of crores to Vijay Mallya. Is the RCB winning IPL is just a coincidence? RCB won their first ever IPL title in 2025. And who was the original face of RCB? Vijay Mallya. Right when fans were celebrating, old clips of Mallya with RCB started going viral. People started saying, "Boss is back." Memes started flying. And just at that emotional high point, this podcast drops. So ask yourself, is this really a coincidence or it is a carefully planned comeback riding on RCB's success and public emotion? Bengaluru Stampede, a tragedy and the distraction. Right after RCB win, a stampede happened in Bengaluru. Many people die. People are angry at the government. It's a full of chaos and no answer. At the same time, Mallya appears on a podcast talking about how system failed people, how he has been treated unfairly, how the government pushed him to the edge. He never said directly, but the timing is powerful. Is he trying to use this tragedy to say, see, it is system that fails everyone, even me? Unregulated creators flood the internet. Is it real opinions or a paid promotion? Before anything else, we need to understand the dark side of today's unregulated content creators or so called influencers who are rapidly expanding their networks and silently reshaping public opinions. And we are seeing it in a real time right after the podcast drop. A wave of creators, influencers, and business pages started echoing the same script almost like it was a planned. He deserved a second chance. Mallya was misunderstood. The media judged him too early. Mallya was wrongly blamed. The media was unfair to him. Was this all organic or was this a part of a planned campaign to rebuild his public image? These creators don't show both sides. They don't ask real questions. They pretend smartly that they are covering both sides, but are they actually? But their followers believe them blindly. That's the danger our society is going through. Try to understand. Public opinion is being shaped not with truth, but with carefully packaged sympathy. And what about mainstream media? They didn't ask why this podcast was released now. They didn't question the crisis warning either. They gave more reach to influencers who are not trained journalists, who don't verify facts, but have big audience and a louder voice. So, what's the Asli Kahani here? Let's be very clear. This is not about proving Mallya guilty or innocent. That's for the court to decide. But as people of this country, we must ask why this podcast released right after RCB won the IPL. Why does it come just when the Karnataka government is under fire for the stampede? Why did YouTube show a crisis warning on this video but not on others? Was there a PR strategy behind the flood of supportive content online? Is this an attempt to emotionally reset public memory and wipe the past clean? It's time to wake up and ask questions. Today's truth is not what is true, truth is what trends. If we don't think for ourselves, we'll keep getting played over and over again. Not every podcast is just a chat. Some are a full campaign with writers, timing, and a clear motive to make you feel instead of think. So, next time a redemption story goes viral, just remember image building is a full time business and we are the audience being sold to. This is not just about Vijay Mallya. This is about system, media, and unregulated content creators who shape our thoughts. Thank you for watching till here. We are not a big media house. We don't have sponsors, PR teams, and paid trend backing us. We are just a small group of people trying to ask right questions. And in today's digital world, the truth doesn't trend unless you make it. Initiatives like Asli Kahani don't get pushed by the algorithm because we are not here to entertain, we are here to awaken. We are not trying to sell you hope or fear, we are just holding a mirror to our society. So, if you believe this kind of content matters, if you want real stories, real talks, and real questions to reach more people, then please help us. Subscribe to our channel, share this video to your circle, and drop a comment. Your voice keeps us going. This is Asli Kahani, an initiative to make society a better place to live in, one uncomfortable truth at a time.